Hello, you guys. It's Jalen Martinez, aka the Suburban Grower, and you guys, I'm back. I'm in full effect. So here's the way it's gonna go for 2022. I'm not gonna try to hound myself, working, going to school, doing a video every single week. So what I'm gonna do is every other week to every 2 weeks, I'm going to be rolling out new, fresh videos so that we can keep some content going. I kind of flaked on you guys because first and foremost, there's not really anything going on in the wintertime outside of me running around the house frantically trying to do this or fertilize and keep watered and watch the news. So we're just getting buds to break on a lot of our trees outside as well as our potted plants. So I felt like this was the perfect time to go ahead and get everything rocking and rolling. And it's seeming like if you rewind a year, we were pretty much snowed in at this point, Valentine's Day all the way up until today. So let's just go ahead and get it rocking and rolling. So this is our citrus collection in pots. As everybody knows, I just brought these guys in. So again, unless you want to see me bringing these trees in, it's not really much going on out here. But I'm just gonna go ahead and get you all updated. So this is the tree that I could not, for the likes of me, figure out what it was. And I went, I went online to Saxon and Becknell and found out that this is indeed our page mandarin. I could not, for the life of me, remember what it was, but look at what's going on here. You guys, I mean, these flowers are about to explode. So just a little bit about the page mandarin. It is starting, as you can see, the shape of it. It is starting to be my favorite tree overall due to the way that it is shaping out. So here's the page mandarin. I absolutely love it, and I cannot wait to get fruit from it. Moving right along, as you all know, we have plenty of Meyer Lemon. This little girl probably needs to be pruned back a little bit so it can kind of stay compact. But this, you guys, what I be trying to tell people when they get these little small, let me find my little Meyer Lemon. Oh, there she goes. This is what I try to tell people when you get a Meyer Lemon this size, that they grow really, really quickly. I don't know if you all remember, but this was a part of the collection that I ran out and bought last year after the freeze because, as you all know, back then I didn't know whether my Meyer Lemon in the ground was gonna make it. So I was just gonna go out and put this one in the ground. However, this was the only one of our Meyer Lemon that actually fruited last year. And as you all can see, she is not wasting any time. So today we're not supposed to get down anywhere below 29 degrees, but as you all know, flowers are extremely sensitive. So I just wanted to go ahead and limit the possibility of these guys dropping their flowers. We're supposed to get down to 31. Again, no big deal. 31 overnight at about 3 o'clock, and it's supposed to stay that way until about 8. So I was like, it's a little back-breaking work, but I'll go ahead and slide these guys in. So we're just trying to get out of that last little freeze area, so we can leave these guys out indefinitely. Here's the one that everyone has been asking me about. This is our variegated pink lemon. So as you can see, she's kind of naked. She dropped a lot of leaves. However, I don't know if you all remember, but I remember making the video where I cut this tree back to the nub, and I was talking about it being able to support fruit. You guys, when you have citrus, well, any kind of tree, any kind of house plant, look for the future. It's almost like making an investment. You can't expect these guys to do their best if you don't put them in the best situation to be successful. So hopefully these guys hold on. there are plenty. So at this point, if I can just get one, I have yet to have one, believe it or not. So, and not only that, they're on a dwarf rootstock. So these guys grow extremely slow. I will have to look back at the exact date that I got this tree, but it has been, I know for sure 2020 is whenever I cut it back. So it took literally about a year and a half. It was the summer of 2020 to grow this much. This big girl will do that in about 7 months. So, you know, it's a work in progress, and we're just gonna take it one day at a time and just kind of keep going. So there's where we are with our variegated pink lemon. All right. So let me show you all. I guess every citrus is my favorite, but every one of our trees is my favorite. But I just gotta show you all how wide baby girl is getting. So this is our Tangelo. This is our Mineola Tangelo. Now, I bought this tree, if I'm not mistaken as well, back in 2020. And this is what I'm the most excited about. Not necessarily the leaves or anything like that, but this. When I got this bad boy, the branches were like, the middle stem was like that. So I'm extremely excited. It's getting a little girth on it. It's not in the best, I don't like the way that it has formed over time, but at this point I can deal with it. You know, it's already lower to the ground, so may take back here, take back here, take back here, take back here, keep it really compact, you know, almost like almost more of a bonsai, you know, and that's more or less what I'm really going to try to stick to, because these trees get massive. And believe it or not, if I leave it like that, these branches will continue to grow all around. So I just want the branches to thicken up, start hardening off, and get this little woody surface on it like this, and call it a day, you know. So moving right along. So we have our Calmundan. Now, my dad is a subject expert on the Calmundan. I asked him, hey man, these leaves, they're starting to look bad. So what I did was I went ahead and put out some Epsom salt on these guys. And I know it doesn't look good up top, but look at here. So what I'm starting to notice is a lot of the leaves that were, let me move this. I need to pull this garlic up out of here. Y'all, I just be growing all kinds of shit. Let me get this out of here. Oh boy. Jeez, see what I'm saying? Oh, whoa. All right. I'll do that at a different time. I'm about to knock over pots and stuff. So anyway, this is why I need to stop putting stuff in here. Look at this. I got garlic. Oh boy. Anywho, so these leaves down here at the bottom are not as bad as the ones at the top. But I noticed that a lot of trees, especially a lot of citrus, start having these little spots here and there. But overall, it's doing well. Here's the little piece that they actually ended up sending two. It was just so small that they probably didn't even realize. But so we have 2 whole Calmundan living here. And they're actually, believe it or not, they have flowers on them. So we'll just see how it does over time. I'm gonna get it repotted, get it in some fresh soil, so we can figure out what this is. A lot of times it has to do with the pH of the soil and what minerals are available versus what minerals aren't available. This to me looks like iron deficiency. So I hit it with the Epsom salt. I'm gonna come back and give it some supplemental iron. I think it's iron sulfate or something like that. Yeah. So we're just gonna go ahead and rock and roll with that and get it back to looking like itself. So there's the update on the Calamunda. However, it has gotten tall. So moving right along, here is our naked Washington Navel. So as you can see here, I've went ahead, I bended this. I did this when I first got it. I cut it back really hard right here. Just went ahead and topped it off. So I didn't have this big sprawling tree. I do not want another one like this. I love Caroline to death, but I don't want another one like this. So I decided to go ahead and head this one. Now, I mean, and it's no surprise, she started branching out a little bit here and there. So it's not ideally in the shape that I want it to be in. I may cut here, and cut here, just to kind of keep everything compact. I'm telling you guys now, I've said it before, but the cuts that you don't make when they're this size will definitely come back to haunt you when they're this size. So some of them I try to baby them, and a year goes by and it's like, man, why didn't I just go ahead and make that cut, you know? But you know, you want to see them flower, you want to see them fruit, you want to see all of these different things, but please, please, please do not baby these trees. They can handle it, I promise you. So as a matter of fact, as soon as this video is done, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I know, you know, you see your flowers here, you see your flowers there and stuff like that. But the reality of it is, these trees are going to put out fruit sometimes year round. You know, Caroline, she fruited like 3 or 4 times, or she flowered like 3 or 4 times last year. So with this variety, for sure, well, based on last year, I know that if we miss these flowers, we probably won't get any more. But again, this is what I'm looking at, how it's starting to harden off right here. Go ahead and make these cuts. They'll be hard cuts to make, but I'll make it with a node pointing outward so that we can have some leaves here. Make sure you don't give it any area to branch off of, like here. And again, that's just if you want to keep it compact. I do. I'm okay with having oranges on these limbs that are dangling. It's more manageable for me. So again, that's how I'm gonna rock and roll this year. Another Meyer Lemon over here, a smaller one. It's fully flowered out. I didn't let it hold any last year. It had some on it. And again, I may do the same. I may just go ahead and chop this bad baby back down a little bit and let it start getting in some kind of a decent shape, because we got branches out here, we got branches out here. You guys know how I feel about branches coming up straight through the center. So probably go ahead and chop that one back and just kind of go from there. Let me move her over. Goodness gracious. So our big girl Caroline is, by no surprise, Caroline is doing well. Once again, we have some oranges on here. I'm thinking most likely, probably I'll let these hang till about April this year. Again, these are our Valencia oranges. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. They taste amazing. You already know this is like my favorite fruit. So again, I play favorites with a lot of my different trees, but Caroline, if I had to get rid of all of my trees, and I could only keep one, it would come down to this one. It would come down to this one, and again, our page mandarin. So Caroline is head and neck above everybody else. So this is our girl. So We have like some little discoloration and stuff over here. At first, I thought this was scab or whatever, but I remembered that I seen these little scars on these oranges whenever they first started, and I just kind of let them ride. And now I'm gonna have some little lumpy fruit, but overall, they're still edible. I'm going to enjoy them. I've pruned, not pruned, well, I pruned the fruit off of Caroline earlier on, and she's doing well. So we're good to go on Caroline. Caroline pretty much takes care of herself, but what I really wanted you all to see, she never stops. Like, she's been doing this since about the end of December. She's had these flowers on. And please, 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 you guys, this is a lot better. She has believe it or not, she has a lot more leaves this year than she did last year around this time, because I don't know if you all remember, but last year I made the fatal mistake. Oh man, it's cold outside. I'm gonna bring my citrus trees in and this, that, and other. She went into full bloom. Every single branch on this tree had flowers on it. Every single one of them. It went into like a total full blossom mode, Caroline did. And I put her, on top of that, I put her in the bathroom under a vent. And she dropped all leaves, dropped all flowers, you name it. So please, 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 especially you guys that like to run your heat on 90, do not bring your citrus trees in the house whatsoever. It will speed up their growth. They will go through a growth cycle, almost as if, I don't know about you guys elsewhere, but you know how the weather will be in the 50 or I'm sorry, the 80s one day, and it'll drop down all the way to like the 40s the next day overnight. It sends these trees into almost like a sporadic growth mode. So do not. I know for us, I think this is pretty much the last of it as far as winter goes. I don't care what the groundhog's seen in Texas by March. 9 times out of 10, well, since I've been here, we haven't had any late freezes. After March 1st, we don't even get down to the 30s for real no more. Now, I may say this and we get a whole blizzard in March, but overall, consensus is we're not really getting any colder weather. So I said all of that to say this. I know for the rest of you all, winter is not over, but please, 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 if you have a garage, a hard stand somewhere, if it's your last resort, okay, but I would highly, highly, highly go against bringing it in. And if you do have to bring it in, make sure it's not under a vent. And if you can stand it, you guys, I don't want any liability. I'm not telling you all to turn your heat off or anything like that. But if you can stand it, turn the heat down if you absolutely have to bring them in. Because if it's anything above 72, they're going to start growing super quick. Another thing that really knocks them off as well when you bring them in is the humidity factor. Our houses, I have a little humidity thing on my dial. So we run somewhere around 35 to 40 or some 30 to 45% humidity in our home. So again, factored in with the heat, these guys will drop their leaves. You know, like they're native to Florida. Florida, on an 85-degree day, the humidity is probably 95. You know what I'm saying? So you have to keep that kind of thing in mind when you're bringing them in. Like I said, if you have to, just make sure you keep those things in mind. Last but not least, let me slide her over. She takes up the whole, let me just show y'all. She takes up the whole freaking garage, bro. Like, but it is what it is. Moving right along. Step me. So here is our last specimen. As you all know, or maybe some of you don't know, I'm seeing that we have new family. If you're just joining the page, welcome, welcome, welcome. We are excited to have you here. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment so we can know who you are. Tell us your growing zone. Tell us what city you're in so that we can kind of identify some of your problems going forward, if you have any, as well as, what's doing well for you. It may be somebody else here that's in the same growing zone. So again, welcome, welcome, welcome. So this is our Persian lime / Bear's lime. For those of you who have been around for a while, the OGs, y'all know that we lost a Bear's lime last year in that whole freeze thing or whatever. So we went ahead and bought another one. And when I seen this one, I had to get it. I think I have showed this. Yes, I've shown this one once. I've shown this one once before. And here's its progress. It is doing extremely well. Now, the only thing that I'm looking at right now is I'm not sure if this is, sometimes it's looking like this is the rootstock here, but like I found out on my Tangelo, I don't know if you all can see this little cut right here, but they grafted it sideways. So I was thinking that all of this was Tangelo, and I was having little branches growing off the side of it, and it ended up being trifoliate rootstock. So with that being said, I'm hoping and praying that all of this stuff here, again, this is not just an extension of the rootstock. They do some crazy things when they graft these trees. They have millions of trees to tend to. They don't really care. Sometimes you get your tree and you're like, what the heck is this? That's exactly what I said when I got that Tangelo. But overall, they know what they're doing. And when they box them up and ship them to you, they don't really care what the specimens look like. You order the tree, you're going to get a tree. So again, flowering profusely, really beautiful. This is the tree that I really have to worry about the most. And yes, somebody told me that citrus are plants versus trees. They're trees. Yeah, they're trees. Even when they're this small, they grow to be trees. I don't know if you've seen Meyer Lemon, Eureka Lemon at 10 years old, but they're not plants. They're trees. Moving right along. I don't mean no harm. I'm just clearing up the air. Our Bear's lime / Persian lime, it is doing extremely well. So, but this is one that I have to keep an eye on because this is the least cold hardy of the whole entire group. They start losing their leaves and stuff after about 30 degrees. At least that's what I've seen with the lime varieties. This is supposed to be the most cold hardy, but I don't play. Like, we're supposed to get down to like 29 tonight. I just went ahead and brought it in because I don't want any of these flowers to go kaput. And I'm sitting here with this big, beautiful, fruitless tree. So again, as you can see, I'm in the middle of our little forest. So just wanted to give you all an update and just kind of show you where we are right now. I'm walking through this maze of a garage right now because they have taken up the entire area. So with that being said, you guys have a blessed one. Thanks so much for viewing. I just really, really wanted to let you all know that I haven't forgotten about you all. The page is still alive, but like everybody else in the world, and it's not an excuse, but I'm busy, and one thing about me, I will not apologize for being busy. I won't apologize for being busy because I have to keep it going. And I don't mean that in any negative way. I think each and every one of you understand that. So with no further ado, one last look at each and every one of them. And I'm about to go ahead and get in the house, and you guys have a blessed day. Thanks so much.